I think for me, the heart of my story is just realizing slowly that God's plan was not my plan, and I do want God's plan, but it was hard. It was a long process for me to get to that point. So my name is Gina Swanda, and I'm married to Troy. We just celebrated 15 years together. Yay, so exciting. NFP, when I first, as an adult, was learning more about it, to me it was about charting and not having too many babies. It felt like this is the Catholic way to space out those babies, or to better understand your body and to procreate with God in this beautiful way. Looking back, we were young and definitely wanted a lot of kids. Never said any number, and we just thought a big family, it just sounds wonderful and full and exciting. So those were our dreams. It's a little fuzzy to me, to be honest. I don't think we had done this for quite a full year before we decided, well, let's be open. Let's be open to life and see what's happening. And so we did, and we were, but nothing was happening. And so we were not getting pregnant. And at first, of course, you don't know, what is this? Is this just takes time? Is this something serious? Definitely frustrating and disappointing. But to me, NFP was our yes to God. Yes, we are open to life, however you choose to send it to us. And in those early days, I really felt like God was saying no. I was not conceiving month after month. I actually have a really short cycle. It's probably too much information, but like every 22 days, I was getting another no. There's a lot of grief that comes with infertility. It is definitely the loss of life and the loss of our family, the way that I had hoped and dreamed. It's like I did the great Catholic thing, and God was still saying no. And now that I'm old and older, I can look back and see that God was saying yes in a different way. His yes was a different path, many years later than I wanted to be, and in a totally different way. So we decided to turn to adoption. And it was complicated for me. Troy, my husband, is adopted. And so we know, the two of us, that adoption is wonderful and amazing. It just wasn't what I wanted. We had to give them essentially every piece of information about us. Physical records, our financial records. We had to have people come do home studies in our home, interview our family and friends. We had to take classes, teach us how to be parents, all these things, which again, looking back, it's no big deal. But in the moment, it is overwhelming, it is exhausting, it is so, I felt very threatened. Like, oh, now not only can I not conceive, but now I have to prove myself. So there was just a dying to self over and over again. We got a call from the social worker 4 weeks after our trip that a birth mother had chosen us. Even though they weren't showing our profile, she had seen our picture online and said, I want to meet that couple. And she did place her baby with us. And that became our first child, our oldest son, a boy named Thomas Joseph. We went on to adopt 2 more times, and each experience similar but different to the first. Nothing really compares to the first time going through it. But we experienced a few different bumps in the road with our other children. Our daughter Molly was born in 2012, and our son Jack was born in 2015. So NFP has been our openness to God. It has been our yes. And in looking back, it has been my slowly understanding that the yes was whatever God intended for how He would grow our family. It's not a child in my womb, but it's a little child walking through the door that we will love for as long as he or she needs. You know, with me and my plans and my ideas, God's plans are always better and greater, and in my experience, totally unexpected. His ways end up being a totally different path than I could have predicted, And in looking at God's path, probably would have been one that I would say, no, I do not want adoption. I do not want to do foster care. I do not want all of that chaos and uncertainty that comes with that. But now living it, I can say it is so beautiful, almost more beautiful than if I had conceived. That's how I feel in this moment.